Yo, what up guys, iReapism here, and welcome back to another video. This is episode 12, and today it's all about sound immersion. So everybody knows me as the guy who likes to make like crazy sounds, and as mentioned in the limited engagement podcast, well, I'm about to show you guys kind of a sneak peek of sound immersion in this map. So all the abilities and all that, they emit sounds when used, and everybody in the radius can hear them. So this provokes some sort of interesting gameplay regarding, you don't have to know what potion color target damage is to know that it's being used. So this brings up a really interesting point here for maps, to use sounds as more indication and text and all that. So I've done that here. The Reaper, I don't have someone that tests with me here, but the Reaper now emits sounds throughout each progression of his visible range. So you will also hear with it being on your screen. So I always use at least 2 ways of visually warning the player of something: sounds and title, I guess, so visually. So let's go through all of these really quick. So here's Cropper. Here's Corrupt. See, when I used it, it made the sound. It never used to do that before. And when it comes back, just watch. 2 warnings. Corrupt is now available really quickly. It's not supposed to last that long. It's not supposed to get in your way. It's just, oh, Corrupt. You see the blue text? You're like, Corrupt is back. You don't have to look at your hotbar. You just know. And you hear the sound. And then here's Dark Rain. They sound sort of the same. Again, this won't be the case in the actual map. But I'm just showing you. I'm using Minecraft sounds, just so I can put it together really easily. Custom sounds, of course, will be later. And did you see that? Like how fast they responded? So I'm gonna leave one here just so you can see. But if I'm in another class, which would be the other team, I get slowed near it. I left the particle so you can see. I got slowed, and I'm in the range. It's about 4 blocks. As you can see, it's pretty accurate it's pretty easy to slow someone if you're relatively accurate with your shots using target damage. So not only is it useful to damage, but I made it more useful to help you use Dark Rain and your stun. So more wombo combo abilities. This is ideally, I want abilities to be used together, and that's kind of what I'm going for. As you can see, target damage has a longer cooldown, but the slow can be really big, and it's going to last a lot longer. I just shortened it so I can show you the differences as fast as I could, like between in range and non in range. Markra. So Markra shoots a little bit, more colorfully. Has a nice sound. And arrows also, as soon as they hit the ground, immediately despawn. It's just the way I'm doing it. It saves lag, and because these arrows are adding a score constantly, to itself. So here's Morse. They look a little bit funny in the snapshot. They look non-3D. It looks like I'm throwing a frisbee. But yeah, Morse. That's Morse. And here's Jag. Little flint and steel ignition sounds. And then when I get it back, let's pretend that. Yep. Now, weather clear, please. Alright, so Nazareth, Soul Rupture, new ability, heal 2.5. It uses 5 soul parts. Healing all teammates within range and uses 5 soul parts. Well, I mean, my bad. I already stated that. I guess I just overlooked that. But watch this. Insufficient soul count. I have 4 guys, and you can spam this all you want. Only you'll hear it though. You can't spam this in front of enemies. This is the only sound that you will only hear. But yeah. That's Soul Rupture. Now let me show you how it works. Alright. So I healed 2.5. And I also got some basic hearts or absorption hearts to, you know, satisfy me. Yeah, and you get a little flying sound effect. That's actually a wolf wagging its tail when it gets out of water. You can kind of see like where I'm getting these sounds from. It's gonna be very sound immersive map, definitely. But that's a healing detonation. Once you activate it, anybody, any teammate around you gets healed for the same amount. It's 2 hearts. So yeah, some of the information on these items hasn't quite caught up to what it actually does in the long run. So yeah, I mean, that's literally what I've done, guys. Also, something I'm working on here for the RaZe ability is a death meter, or let's just say a skull meter, I guess. And essentially, the closer you get to an enemy, the more red the skull on your screen gets. And that's about the best I can explain it. Unfortunately, that is basically it. It's nothing crazy, it's nothing big. But I can show you also some of the awesome symbols I'm using in this. Alright guys, I want to actually talk about this before we head off here. Citrion brought to my attention that you'll no longer be able to do this kind of block manipulation that I'm doing. So yeah, what really happens at this point is, well, let's make sure an item frame is down here. Yeah, I can already see the problem. You can't really save this stuff anymore. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but can't do it anymore, guys. You can't manipulate block air anymore, unfortunately. So yeah, now that I've completely see, you know, that it's not like this is like 2060. It's already not. It just doesn't work. The data values for certain blocks, if they don't have any extra, they won't carry the function to set them. So for example, air doesn't have data value 1, 2, etc. So therefore you can't manipulate that anymore. Unfortunately, I don't understand why it has to be this way. It might be to preserve constancy. I'm not sure. I don't really understand why this is now a thing, but I do understand that I have a backup plan. So my backup plan, guys, is we're gonna keep the name exposed structures, and when marker gets low, he will create a structure inside, like around him, that will block damage for a bit until he heals up a little bit more. And the passive works every 30 seconds, and something like that would be a thing. Oh. Yes.
Oh no! My own thing killed me.
Yo, what up guys? Now we're going to take a look at the RaZe map progress on the building part of this map. And I like to always split the video, half redstone, half, you know, build. And well, I have 2 sessions to show you, so this might overtake most of the footage for the rest of this video, but it's pretty awesome, guys. So I don't think that would matter too much. So let's take a look. We worked on the mid lane this time, and then we also worked on floating islands in the castle, and also I finished or fine-tuned the jungle a bit more and more. It's really close to being completely done, like I don't have to ever touch it, but there are some areas where there is still more foliage I notice every so often. So yeah, there's some areas that need fine-tuning, but as you can see, it's just more, it changes more and more every episode I show this. And also this is me fooling around with the background of the area that we're gonna, you know, this is a sanctuary kind of feel, like modern, and so that's why we have all these, you know, crazy blocks. So it looks really cool actually. This is what I built. I tried, this was around 4 o'clock in the morning, me building. I tweeted about it. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, I suggest you do. I do tweet about RaZe mostly, I'd say. And yeah, I don't know, just if you enjoy my stuff and you enjoy RaZe, definitely follow me on Twitter. I definitely post everything on there before I mention it, because it's just my thought process. I usually use Twitter for my thought process, so yeah. Once we get out of here, I can show you more work on the castle. So as you can see, it's much more fine-tuned. It's even nicer to come up here. The little flag we have, and all of this, and here's the floating island. So this part is going to take a bit to explain. It's very strange. I just have to, it's a weird concept to kind of grasp, so I have to kind of explain the reasoning behind most of these things. So the first things first, this is the objective, and so is that one down there. So red on the other side, which we haven't mirrored yet, this is blue team. Red has to come all the way over here, right? This is always closer to the enemy side. Now, the whole point of, you know, having it rugged like this is because this is part of the castle. The whole idea of the floating islands, the top lane, is that this was part of the castle, but it got broken off. So in some places, the castle will like stick out more, and like you'll see parts of this castle on these islands, and they'll just be randomly dispersed, and it'll just show that, you know, more realistic kind of sense of how these got here. And you can think of it as time being frozen once you start playing the map as a PvP map. Like once you load it in, time is frozen, the war is begun, and yeah, it's a weird concept if you want to think about floating islands being realistically hovering over the void like this. Also, this is one way. This arrow will not be here for the map, most likely not. It's more to show you and demonstrate this concept to you now. Bear in mind, for new people who have never seen a RaZe video, they will understand hopefully, because this does not appear to be an area you can access just because it's much higher than the others. Now, what else is interesting about this? So if you come down here, the only way back up is going around, so it takes more time to get on top of the map, so the top lane, and then as you go, it feels more RPG style. It feels like you've conquered this area just because of the way we've aligned the, you know, poles and stuff, and it gives a lot of structure to this. So this is preliminary stuff. We haven't worked too much on this, but this is the idea. This is what we're getting at. And yeah, there's other ways across you can parkour in some areas, so we're introducing an old technique used by many maps, but in a less, you know, required way. Like, it doesn't require you, like, this is very basic parkour, nothing to make you advantageous if you complete or not, by too much. So yeah, that would be about it. Also, the tree over here got updated, and yeah, I try to make it more structured in here by adding the stairs, but that's about it. So yeah, guys, this has been RaZe Dev. I've included footage of me showcasing this to a few other people, Citrion, for example, and I appreciate him for helping me demonstrate some of the things earlier on in the video. And I think that's about it, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do share this video with your friends. Leave a comment and let me know what you guys think about what I've showed today. Also, you know, just let me know your general opinions. I like to hear things. I like to consider a lot of what my audience feels about the map, and yeah, I do take a lot of consideration into this. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Take care now, and peace out.